So what I'd like to do is go ahead and start by asking each of the mayoral candidates to offer their opening statements, and we're going to start with mayoral candidate Bill Bolton.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Impact. I've been with Impact now for, 10 years or more. They've done a lot for the community. They have done a lot for Marietta. And everywhere I turn, there's a lot of wonderful people that I meet through Impact. One of my key elements is I've got 3 engineering degrees from Georgia Tech. And one of the issues that I try to push is the fact that we've got to have better transportation. I'm trying to push a form of MARTA rail up I-75 from the MARTA system. MARTA has a tremendous value going into the airport on the rail. I would like to see Cobb County get a dual car, first class, second car type system that would come up to the Big Chicken area. And that is the first leg, and this would be paid for by Obama in one sense, his Build America bonds that he has. Furthermore, another element is family values. I'm pushing that in the sense that we have a lot of people in this city. We have a mixture of many different types of people. And lots of times we need to be looking at how the city can help the family, especially families that don't have much money, to have computer systems to be able to access the internet. Another issue is parks and bonds. I was pushing for the fact that we needed to buy land. We have a parks issue coming up on the referendum in the next vote, November 3rd. And I think parks are important, but right now we should be putting our money into buying land that could be used for parks, or we could resell if we find that the land could be used else in other ways. I'm also strong in closing the borders and immigration issues, and Chief Flynn has done a good job in trying to promote his tower. And I've got to go. Bye.
Our next candidate is Chris Neal.
Hi, I'd like to start by thanking Impact for hosting this candidate forum. I've said from the beginning that the true value of our political process is the ability for ordinary citizens to get involved and have their voices be heard. And this forum provides just that opportunity, not only for me to share my opinions and thoughts about what I think Marietta is and should be, but most importantly, to find out the issues that are important to you. My wife and I moved to Marietta 7 years ago. We initially considered a couple other areas around Cobb County. Our jobs were here, and essentially, whenever we found our house up here, we actually figured out, decided right then that Marietta was going to be our home. It has so much to offer in terms of convenience, fun things to do, great places to eat and shop, good school system, low taxes. I could just go on and on. But the idea is that those same things that attracted us to Marietta are probably the same things that attract other new residents, and actually cause a lot of our residents to become lifelong members of our community. And it's these attributes that I wish to kind of enhance going forward as mayor of our city. My platform is simple. The first is I commit to protect your money. I will always make sure that citizens have a voice when it comes to is there a static issue? So should I stop or?
Okay, we'll stop for a second. Yeah, we got it.
We're going to go off air for just a minute. See if we can resolve this problem. Come back.
Okay. All right.
Okay, can we try again?
There we go.
Hold on 1 second. Let's get you back on air. Okay.
Want to do a test?
Want us to keep going, or?
Excuse me.
We're back on air.
Yeah, keep going. Perfect.
Okay. So we ready? Okay. Let me start over. My platform is simple. I commit to protect your money, and by that I will always make sure the citizens have a voice whenever it comes to decisions involving your tax dollars. Secondly, I commit to protect your personal property rights. We have a lot of long-standing communities, neighborhoods, businesses in Marietta that have been part of our community for decades, if not longer. And these people are all part of our diverse and vibrant culture. And I want to make sure that we commit to protecting those as well as moving forward with new growth. And lastly, I commit to build community by encouraging an open, respectful government and inviting citizens to participate in that process and just sharing what's great about our city. I want you to understand something. I'm just an ordinary citizen of Marietta. I'm your neighbor, and just like you, I want to make sure that Marietta is something that we can be proud of going into the future. You may not have known me before tonight, but I hope to get to know you as a result of this process and as perhaps your mayor. So thanks for your consideration and your vote.
Thank you. And our third candidate, Steve Thunder Tumlin.
Well, thank you, and thanks to Impact. I think this is a delightful way to get together. We have 3 people running for mayor, and I think it's good that the community gets a chance to hear our views and our thoughts, and I appreciate Impact bringing this forward. I'd like first to introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Steve Tumlin. I was Marietta born, Marietta raised, Marietta educated. I've Marietta churched, I've Marietta worked. I've worked here all my life. I've raised a family. I'm also proud to say I'm raising another generation. Got my 2 granddaughters back in the back. And I've been just very involved in Marietta since the 60s and 70s, or even back in high school. And when I pass away, I'm going to bleed blue and white, blue devil blood. So that's, Marietta's a big part of it. I think another issue that comes up over who I am, I think what people ought to consider, I think the word leadership is a verb. It is a noun, but I think it's a very action noun. And what I'd like to bring forward for your consideration is what leadership is. I think it's service. It's a continued commitment to have an objective obtained. I've worked, over my last 35 years, I've been chairman of the Marietta Board of Education, which educates 7,000 children a year. I've been vice chair of the BLW, which has an annual revenue of $145 million. I've also served in the Georgia House. In my first year down there, I was elected as the chairman of the Cobb delegation, which was the first time that ever happened. But I've also been involved with the non-political jobs. I've been president of the Cobb County Youth Museum, the Cobb Marietta YMCA. My wife and I have been president of 3 PTAs. I've coached youth soccer, basketball, and baseball in all kind of places. And I've also been treasurer and chairman of my First United Methodist Church in Marietta. With the basis and the background foundation of laid, I think I look forward to serving.
Thanks,
Offering
Steve.
myself, excuse me.
Okay, now I'd like to go ahead